Hello, everyone, and happy weekend. It is time for our fourth live training about the benefits of fear in business. Now, don't get me wrong, fear can be very negative if you let yourself be guided by it, and that means being stuck and blocked and in a negative state overall. However, if you get to learn from it, to see it from a different perspective, that's when you get to thrive because our minds are negative by default. My fearless friends, it's nothing wrong with you if you feel fear with every new step that you take along the way because our mind is designed to keep us safe and that's it. It doesn't have any other purpose and it doesn't like change or growth or any new thing in your routine. It wants you to be doing the same thing over and over again if possible, because if you have done something in the past that has kept you safe, that has kept your physical integrity safe, then it means that it is beneficial for you. Now, when you do something that gets you out of your comfort zone, you know that your mind starts to worry and get all sorts of fears and limiting beliefs in because it does want you to be 100% safe and well, and it doesn't want to harm you. However, what if you start to learn from your fears, if you start to learn from your mind, to acknowledge these strong emotions and strong states, you get to be in control of your entire mindset and your business will more than thrive and you will be more than fulfilled. You will be completely in charge in everything that happens with you and around you and with your professional life as well. Okay, let's see how can we learn from fear. How can we get it to be our strongest ally and supporter and friend and cheerleader along the way because this is what we need. We want it to be very eager to try out new things as rationally we know that we only grow when we test out new things, when we get a whole new set of skills, a whole new way of looking and dealing with the very important things that come in our business and that we need to take care of. And when you ask yourself, okay, I am feeling this fear of the unknown now. What does it teach me? This is the magical thing that you can ask yourself, the great magical question to be using in order to get to the bottom of it all. To see what is this fear trying to tell you? How can you calm down your mind and tell it, okay, you are right. This is a potential danger. This fear of the unknown may be harming me, but let's see how can I learn from it so that I get to be safe despite feeling this fear. And the thing is that the fear simply disappears, it melts down once you start to learn from it. Ask yourself this: what can I learn from this fear of the unknown? Or what can I learn from this situation? And as every time I want to encourage you to use any piece of paper you have handy, I love these sticky notes. Use a part of it, throw it away, use the other ones. It's easy to carry around, carry it in your bag, close to your phone, but make sure you put things down on a piece of paper because when you do that, you get a whole new way of rationalizing your fears and your mind starts to focus on solutions when it sees black on white down there no longer in your mind, but it's down there far away from you so that you can see it as an observer and take the best decisions for you. The lessons that you get from your fears. I want us to talk in the following minutes about this because you need to have them put down in a certain way. At first, if you have not done this before, you may have some negative lessons that are coming your way. Like, for example, you have fear of the unknown if you want to go and get a new client for your business. It's a pertinent, a very real fear because you have no idea how things are going to be, right? And in order to conquer this fear, you ask yourself, what am I learning from this fear right now? Or what is this fear teaching me? The lesson, the learning, the teaching, as we call it in neurolinguistic programming, needs to have the following pattern, and this is really important. Use only positive words, not using at all. It's a no, no, completely. Well, I'm learning from the fear of the unknown that I don't need to postpone things anymore. When you use things in the negative form, your mind does not perceive it as negative. It thinks that you are giving it a command that is in the positive side, and which means that you are telling your mind to postpone things. And let me give you an example. Let me explain why, because it may sound a bit strange to you at first. I know, hear me out. Don't think about a camera. What is the first thing that got to your mind? A camera, right? As you tell your mind not to do something, as you tell a child, it's going to do that thing. That's why use positive terms only. Like, for example, you can say, you can have a learning from the fear of the unknown. I choose to focus on solutions only. You have your positive words, no negations, nothing negative, nothing that is harmful for you, for your mind, in order to make sure that your mind both processes this information and it gets it applied. And then it also creates new neural paths. Our mind is created, our brain is created from millions and billions and trillions of neurons that have a certain shape in our mind. We have those electric connections. You can call them neural connections, and we have 55,000 kilometers of neural connections in our mind, in our brain. Isn't this outstanding and amazing? This is a research that I have found out about a few years ago. I'm not sure if they found out a new number, but this is pretty impressive, isn't it? When you get to learn a new thing, you get a new lesson from the things that you have done in a certain way so far, do it in a different way, change the perspective, choose to see things from a new angle, and then you get another new neural path in your brain that gets you to see the things that you have not seen before. It's like removing the horse goggles. You know, you have them right here. You can only see fear of the unknown, and that's it. But once you broaden your perspective, you remove those horse glasses. You get to see things that you have not seen before. You get to let your mind expand and reach towards freedom. Freedom in thinking is that absolute amazing circumstance when your mind does not know any boundaries, any limits anymore, and that's when you can call yourself a fulfilled person in business. And this is what most of the people consider as fulfilling. I want you to think about what is that fulfilling thing that is driving you, that gets you up and going and running each morning. Now, another aspect about the teachings that you will get from your fear, besides using positive words, make sure you use the present tense or even the past tense. If you use the present tense, it means that things are happening right now. The change in your mind is right now happening. And if it's in the past, that is again another amazing thing because it means that the change has already happened. Your mind will see it as a done, solved, thick thing, and that's it. Do not use future. You know, I always talk about creating an appealing future, having the image in front of you, letting it drag you towards it. But this time you need to have your thoughts and ideas and teachings and learnings in the positive or in the past tense. Because if it's in the future, it's postponing it. Yeah, it'll happen, but God knows when. If we leave things to happen in a potential future, that's when you can say goodbye to it, as the Spanish have mañana. Mañana is not actually tomorrow as you see it in the schedule on your laptop, on your phone. Mañana is somewhere in the future, but not now. It's not happening now anyway. So just forget about it for today. It's mañana. It's tomorrow. It may be never. Therefore, use your learnings, use the teachings from your fear in the positive, present, or past state. For example, you can learn from your fear of the unknown. I am in control of my emotions now. Or I was in control of my emotions. And don't think that if you say I was in the future, it's no longer happening in the present. No, it's a done thing for your mind. Your subconscious mind will know and it will implement it as a done, fixed thing on your to do list with the learnings from your fears. Now, we know so far that we need to have the learnings in the positive, present, or past tense. And is there anything else that we need to implement? What do you think? I love to use the word now. When you use the present tense from a certain teaching, use the word now, as I have given you previously a few minutes ago an example. A fear of the unknown can teach you that I am focusing on solutions now. It's more than in the present. It's right in this very moment, in this very instant that you can put this in practice. And yes, things will start to shape and change and have a new look in your mind. I know you found this useful. I want you to put this in practice. Choose a fear that you have, any type of fear. I have chosen the fear of the unknown because this is one of the strongest of them all. And start asking yourself this: what can I learn from this fear of the unknown? Or what is this fear of the unknown teaching me? Use things in the positive, present tense or past tense and use the adverb now as happening right now when you use your teaching in the present tense, because these learnings have an amazing way of guiding you to conquer your fears by seeing them from a different perspective, especially if you write them down. You will get to see a completely new way of dealing with these fears, with these situations, or with these circumstances, because it is only a matter of how you get to put your ideas and thoughts into action. When you clear your mind from all the boundaries and from the prison of fear that does happen very quickly, you get to understand that it wasn't real. This fear of the unknown and almost all fears are happening in a potential future. That's why you don't have the certainty that it's going to happen in the scenario that you have imagined, in the fearful scenes that your mind gets to create. But still, even though we know that we don't have the certainty that a certain fear is going to happen 100%, we still get blocked and we get our mind clogged with it and we simply don't move ahead. How many times has it maybe happened to you that you wanted to start a new activity, a new business? You wanted to grow your team, you wanted to expand, you wanted to have more financial freedom, but okay, not possible. I am afraid that things may not work out. I have no idea how it's going to be. And if you start to closely listen to your thoughts when you are afraid, and I encourage you to do this, when you have a moment to yourself, simply again, get that piece of paper, get that pen, and simply listen to your mind. Be an observer. Don't judge yourself. Know that until you get to train your mind, it does create fear by default. It's how it's built. Again, it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with you. It's just how our mind gets to be keeping us safe and alive. This is what it knows how to do best. Therefore, when you observe these fears, you get to see that it doesn't make any sense. In order to prevent anything negative happening in the future, instead of worrying, you will start to be focusing on solutions. You'll start to do things. You'll start to be proactive just to make sure that you have covered everything that may be keeping you away from the success that you have planned and you fully deserve to have. My fearless friends, I know that you have found this information useful. Let me know if you have any questions about this when you put this in practice. Let me know in the comments below what are the amazing teachings and learnings that you are taking from your fears. And if you found this useful, remember to hit the thumbs up, give this video a like, share it with your friends, with your colleagues, with your business partners, and let's grow a community of fearless people in business that want to thrive despite feeling fear. Make sure you check my website, roxanapopet.com, and download the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears, an amazing metaphor and easy to put in practice exercise that shows you how to keep your mind under your control and how to find solutions when your mind says, I have no idea what to do next. Be sharper than your mind that is fearful until you get to train it and live the best life that you can create for yourself. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I will see you very, very soon.